So my experience of lockdown was actually, for most of it, I was at home with a little baby, feeling isolated and pretty lonely. So to receive a delivery full of new, exciting board books in the mail, it was just a lifesaver. So from the point of view of a customer, I am not exaggerating when I say I almost burst into tears when I got that delivery of books. Seeing everybody's faces face to face in the branch again has been fantastic. We've had people come up to us saying, "Oh, I think we missed you more than you missed us," but really seeing their faces, seeing our regulars and having the chat, it's been fantastic. Being on maternity leave during lockdown allowed me to see everything from a customer's perspective, and every time I'd see a new program or a new video pop up, I was so proud to see how everyone was adapting and changing and being flexible and coming up with new ideas, even though we're just in this unprecedented situation.
Hi, it's Heidi here with thoughts about being part of CCL during lockdown. I arrived back to CCL from secondment just 2 or 3 weeks before the major lockdown, so I'd barely said hello to the gang at Endeavour Hills before I was collecting my laptop and picture books to head home for work. Yet surprisingly, lockdown turned out to be a fabulous time to come home to CCL. At first it was pretty hard. I was trying to remember CCL's practices while learning how to work remotely. I was trying to record story times alone and spending more time cutting my head out of the frame and forgetting the words to songs and rhymes than anything else. I was feeling isolated. But gradually things started to gel, and I realised I was working with a whole heap of clever and creative people in a way I'd never worked before. Some were already treasured colleagues, but some were people I'd barely, or in some cases never, met before. Just a few things we managed to deliver were collaborative story times, stop motion workshops, streaming in a Lego Master, delivering live baby rhyme times, and creating an online escape room together for our community to enjoy. All of this happened because I work with extraordinarily creative and collaborative people, and I won't ever forget the strong working relationships and friendships created over lockdown.
Having recently returned back to work in branch, I'm experiencing mixed emotions with disconnecting from the customer care role. The work we have performed in the past 14 months, for me, I found it to be rewarding with responding to calls from the community on a one-on-one basis. Many were reaching out needing the library support, and the customer care team were on the forefront of the region's resource, and it was our job to deliver it confidently while staying positive through this challenging time which was quickly changing. We became a vital link between our services and the community while having golden opportunities in promoting our services. Many families were relieved and excited to be informed of the remote services we were able to offer during the COVID-19 lockdown, and certainly able to engage many new members this way. This is where I believe we had new level of customer service as we received positive feedback on a daily basis, being reassured that CCL was keeping our library members supported and that the library was being missed.
highlight of COVID for me was being able to deliver library items via Australia Post to our beautiful home library patrons. When we heard from Loretta, aged 82, she phoned and said to us, "Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for sending me my books, because as you know, without my books I have nothing." When we were finally able to visit our home library patrons, some nearly a year after the first lockdown, it was like awaiting and then seeing a friend coming through the gates at the airport. Firstly, you want to run and hug them, talk like crazy and carry their luggage, but in this case it was often boxes of returns rather than luggage. It was the nicest feeling to be reunited with some of our favourite patrons.
I personally dealt with lockdown by using humour, making sure that I had a routine and constantly putting things in perspective. I found that reaching out to others helped. Staying connected was huge, and food and alcohol actually helped a little bit as well. Adapting to working from home, I adapted by setting up a strict routine. So that I could go into the office, making sure my office was a happy place to be in, getting involved in new projects, learning new skills, being very organised was the way that I did that. Serving the community was huge for me, or the thought that I was still serving the community, and I was able to feel that by doing the outreach. I really enjoyed that, speaking to people, making sure that they were okay, that they weren't too isolated. Also setting up my Cuppa Connection, being involved with the ladies and helping them through. I think also doing the home deliveries was a great way to stay connected. We could, specialise, picking out books, writing on the cards. It still gave you that invisible connection to the outside world, and felt that we're still making a difference, which we do every day.
Lockdown was very up and down for me personally. There were real benefits to having to wake from a complacency I didn't even know I lived in, to have to face a challenge and find out what I was made of, to have breaks in my garden and see the same wattle bird drinking from the winter flowers each day, to eat more toast with peanut butter than ever before, and to hear the clanging of pots as my sons made another plate of comfort food. But there was also uncertainty of what would happen and sadness about the loss of others. I found the change to home was great for my afternoon walks, but lacking in the meaning I needed, until we started to make the care calls to the elderly, and I found, I'd found the meaning I'd lost. The connection with people, and a new way that meant I had real time to listen. The transition back to face-to-face was hard. Lots of people and large spaces beyond the walls of my home. But then there was the connection to people again and my colleagues, and I was back on track.